Hi everyone, and welcome to the Zebra Art Rehab Creative Chair Yoga class. This is a live Zoom class, and the theme is disability pride because we want to show pride, acceptance in the disability community as a way of celebrating Disability Pride Month in July. If you haven't already, please make sure you have a sturdy chair. If your chair has wheels, please make sure they're locked for safety. You are welcome to put something underneath your chair, like a yoga mat or a cushion, or maybe you want to move your chair over carpet for more support. Please make sure you have your art supplies ready to participate in the art activity event that will happen at the end of the chair yoga practice. So if you want to make sure you have a piece of paper, pencil, or other writing utensil next to you, please make sure to get that. Also, please make sure you have a safe place to set up and to fully participate in the class, virtually and physically. And I will be using props or demonstrating how to use some props. But if you want to go and gather some of those items because you know that you're someone who wants to try this out or use it, please feel free to do so. Blanket, pillows, blocks, straps, table, booster, etc. And we will be participating in the art activity reflection, so please stay tuned after the yoga practice. All right, let's get started. So I invite you to take a seat in your chair. Please make sure your feet are reaching the ground. If they're not, you can place a block or a book underneath for support. I have blocks right here that I'm going to place my feet underneath for supports. You can keep your legs bent at a 90-degree angle. You can have your thighs hip distance apart, so a slight gap in between your thighs. Your sit bones are positioned in the middle of your chair. You can add a cushion for support if needed. Make sure you're sitting up straight. You're not leaning back in your chair. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms are, slightly bent and laying across your thighs, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your eyes. Let's get started. So, in honor of Disability Pride Month, we would like to offer these live chair Zoom sessions on Zoom as a way to celebrate and to bring that full pride experience and accepting people, within disability community, no matter if you're someone who self-identifies of having a disability or you're an ally and you have people in your life that have disabilities, we want to celebrate and acknowledge that and bring acceptance. Okay, so we're going to start out by taking 3 collective breaths together. So inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And as you're breathing, think of some reasons to be proud about. What is something to feel um, proud in regards to being a part of the disability community? So we're going to inhale again through our nose, and then we're going to exhale through our mouth. And then one more time together, inhale through your nose and exhale through our mouths. Continuing to think about all the things that we're proud of or we have pride toward. Okay, next we're going to do some neck stretches. So we're going to inhale, lifting up our head up towards the sky. And then slowly exhale, bringing our head down, looking at the ground. Inhale, we're going to look up at the sky one more time, lifting our head up, holding our head up with pride, feeling proud. And then exhale, we're going to slowly lower our head down, tucking our chin into our chest. And then we're going to bring our head back to center. Now we're going to turn our head slightly over to the right. And we're going to bring our head back to center. And then we're going to turn our head over to the left. We're going to slowly bring our head back to center. Then we're going to slowly turn our head over to the right. One more time. And then we're going to bring our head back to center. And then we're going to slowly turn our head over to the left. Slowly bring our head back to center. And if it feels comfortable for you, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So inhale, lift your head, your shoulders up towards your ears. And then exhale, we're going to lower our shoulders back down, releasing any tension. Inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. And then exhale, lower your shoulders back down, releasing all extra tension that you have built up in that area. And also releasing anything that might be weighing you down of feeling proud. Okay? Because we want to release any insecurities, any doubts, any negative things that you may have heard from other people or you may have said to yourself. We want to just embody and embrace all of the positive emotions, all the emotions that lead up to feeling proud. Okay. Next, we're going to transition into side bends. So I will be demonstrating this pose using a prop, but you don't have to use a prop. The prop I'm using is a TV tray, which or you could also use a side of a table, an edge of a table, or an edge of um, a cabinet or coffee table. Just make sure it's low and that it's at almost the same height as your hip. If it's higher than your hip, it may be uncomfortable to use for support because we're going to be holding on to the edge of the table as we're bending over to the side. So I'm going to start off, putting my right hand at the edge of the table. I'm going to move the table out a little bit so my right arm can extend out more, and my right arm has slightly bent at the elbow. I'm going to inhale, lifting up my arm up and over. You can lift it up as high as it feels comfortable for you, and you can also, bend your left arm at the elbow as well if you don't want to fully extend your arm up and over your head. So on your next exhale, we're going to use our core muscles which is our stomach, to lean our upper body or tilt our upper body over to the right side of the room. So we feel a nice stretch in our upper left-hand side of our body. And our right hand is holding on to the table for support. Okay. And if you don't need a table, you can place your right arm on top of your right thigh. Okay. But we are going to do what feels right in our body, and we take pride in the options that we choose for ourselves. Okay. And then on your next breath, we're going to bring our upper body back to center. We're going to lower our left arm down on top of our left leg, and I'm going to remove my right hand from the table. Now I'm going to adjust or switch over the table to the left-hand side of my body. If you need to switch if you're using a TV tray, it's easy to switch the table over to the other side. If you're not, you may have to move your chair or move yourself over to the other side of the table, or just, reposition yourself so that your opposite arm is facing that side of the table. Okay? So my left hand is going to be gently placed on top of the side of this little small table. I'm going to inhale, lift up my arm up and over as high as it feels comfortable for me. Exhale, I'm going to use my core to slightly tilt my upper body over to the left-hand side of the room, feeling a nice gentle stretch on the right side of my body, which is where, where you feel that stretch in your ribs in the upper part of your shoulders. And if it hurts, you bring your body closer back to neutral to release some of that tension on the upper right hand side of your body. But if you want to go deeper, you can just tilt over more towards the right. And again, if you want to just place your left arm on top of your left thigh, you can do that as well if you don't need the support of the edge of a table. Okay? And then when you're ready, you can bring your body back to center, lower your right arm on top of your right thigh, remove your left hand from the edge of the table. Okay, now we are going to do some seated twists. So I'm still going to use my prop, which is my small little TV tray table. And you can still use the edge of a table or whatever you have for support. And if you don't need a prop, then that's fine as well. So inhale, I'm going to lift my arms up and over. Again, you lift your arms as high as it feels comfortable for you. If it's more comfortable to have cactus arms where your arms are bent at the elbow, then that's fine as well. But you lift them up as high as it feels comfortable for you. And on your next breath, we're going to use my core muscles to slightly turn my upper body over to the right. And I'm going to lower my hands down on the table, okay, for support. And I'm going to breathe here for 3 breaths. And on my last breath, I'm going to lift up my arms as high as if it feels comfortable for me. And I'm going to slowly tilt or twist my body back to center and lower my arms back down to my lap. Now I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to adjust my table by putting it on the other side of my chair. But if it's not safe for you to do that, just adjust yourself. Maybe you got to turn your chair the other direction so the opposite arm can have support for this pose, okay? Whatever works for you. And if you don't need this prop, don't worry about it. We are taking pride in what works for us. So on your next breath, we're going to lift up our arms up and over as high as it feels comfortable for you. Again, you can stay here at cactus arms, or you can lift your arms as high as it feels comfortable for you up and over your head. So on your next breath, we're going to slightly turn our upper body over to the left-hand side of the room. We're going to lower our hands down on the table, and we're going to take 3 breaths here. On your last breath, I invite you to lift your arms up and over your head. Use your core to turn your body back to upper body back to center, and then you can lower your arms back down to your lap. Take a couple of breaths here, allowing yourself to be proud, to feel proud of the beautiful work we are doing today in class. Now, the next position, I am still going to use the same prop, the edge of a table. So if you need to reposition your chair so that the front of your body's facing the table, then that's great. Or if you're able to bring the table to you and adjust it, whatever works for you. We're going to be doing a seated forward fold, and we're going to be using the table to help ground us, okay, and to help support us. So inhale, we're going to lift up our arms as high as it feels comfortable for us, open over our head. And then exhale, we're going to move forward using our hips. And we're going to go all the way down until our hands touch the table. Okay. And we can stretch out our arms straight out in front of us, or you can keep your elbows slightly bent, whatever feels comfortable. You should feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Okay. Your head should be neutral and straight, staring at the ground or at your feet. And we're just going to take 3 breaths in this seated forward fold. And if you're not using a table, you can have your arms placed on your thigh, or you can bring them all the way down to the floor so your hands are touching your toes or the floor. Whatever's comfortable for you. Again, we are accepting our bodies for where they are. We're allowing our bodies to flow with this practice. And our main goal here is just to feel proud and to accept ourselves on where we are today. Okay. And when you're ready, you can slowly roll or lift your upper body back up. The neutral, I'm using the support of my desk to pick myself back up, and I'm rolling my head up last. I'm going to remove this TV tray. I'm going to move it out my way because I won't be needing it anymore. Because we're going to transition into Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. And I'm also going to remove the block from my feet as well. But if you need to continue to use your blocks, you can for extra support underneath your feet, especially if your feet do not touch the ground, okay? So I'm going to reposition my body, making sure my sit bones are placed in the middle of my chair. So we're going to start on the right side. So I'm going to move my right leg over to the right side of the room, close to the right side of the room. So my knee is facing the right-hand side of the room. And then my right thigh is tilted, okay? And I feel a larger gap in between my thighs. Okay, and I'm just repositioning my sit bones so I'm facing more of the right-hand side of the room, but my sit bones are still fully supported on a chair. Not You shouldn't be hanging off. I'm going to sit up straight. My hands are still placed on my thigh. My shoulders are relaxed, my jaw's relaxed. I'm going to bring my arms out to the side, palms facing the front of the room. Inhale, I'm going to lift my arms up and over my head as high as it feels comfortable for me. It's okay if your arms are in cactus mode, like where your arms are slightly bent at the elbow, or if they're if they're slightly, over your head, whatever's comfortable for you, okay? So taking a breath here, I'm going to just increase the gap in between my arms by widening out my arms. So there's a larger gap. Okay, and I'm going to either keep looking at the front of the room, or you can slightly tilt your head up, looking up at the sky. And we're just going to embrace our inner warrior that holds our pride, that warrior that gets us through some hard times, but reminds us that we are who we are and we are not changing ourselves for anyone. We are accepting ourselves for who we are, and stand here proud. And a couple more breaths here, then we're going to transition into Warrior 2. So for Warrior 2, you can slightly lower your arms out to the side, okay? Your palms can stay facing the floor, and we're just going to slowly tilt our head over to the right. So we're looking over our right hand. You can flip your palm upwards so your right palm is facing the ceiling if you like. And we're just again embracing that inner warrior, but now we're at our warrior 2, okay? And us too are warriors. As people with disabilities, we are very strong people. We have strong resiliencies, but at the end of the day, acceptance and self-love goes a long way in helping us to keep going. So when you're ready, you can flip your palm over so it's facing the floor. You can turn your head back to center and lower your arms back down. And then we're just going to do some shoulder rolls just to release any tension that we may have built up from our Warrior 1 and 2 poses. And then we can roll our shoulders the opposite direction. So I'm moving my shoulders in a forward direction. And then I'm going to pause and release. Now I'm going to move my right leg back into center, repositioning my sit bones back to the middle of the chair. So I'm now facing the screen. And we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So I'm going to move my left leg out to a slanted position so it's out facing the left-hand side of the room. I'm going to reposition my sit bones so the front of my body is tilted at a tilted angle and it's more facing the left-hand side of my room. But again, both of your bottom bones should be placed on the chair. Nothing should be hanging off, and your feet should be strongly planted on the floor. But if they're not, you could put blocks underneath or books or whatever to help you feel grounded and balanced. I'm gonna bring my arms out to the side. Inhale, I'm gonna just lift my arms as high as it feels comfortable for me. I'm gonna increase the gap in between my arms if that's available for you. It's okay if you have a smaller if you gap in between your arms because when you widen out your arms, that does increase some more tension that you'll feel in your shoulders. And if that's a little bit uncomfortable, you can decrease the gap in between. But we're just going to take a breath. I can continue to stare straight at the front of the room, or I can tilt my head so that I'm looking at the ceiling. And again, I am embracing and honoring that inner warrior that lives inside, feeling proud for the battles that they have won, feeling proud for all of the ancestors of disability community that have come before us and have made their way so others can have a path to follow. And we're just taking time to also rest as well, because when you are your own advocate or when you're an advocate for others, it can be exhausting. So letting our pride and joy and rest to help restore our bodies. And now I'm going to bring my head back to center and I'm going to lower my arms down. So straighten them out to the side for warrior two. I'm going to turn my head over slightly to the left-hand side of the room. And I'm going to turn my left palm up and over so my palm is facing the ceiling. And I'm going to continue to breathe, breathing through any barriers, any doubts, any insecurities, ableist thoughts, anything that is hindering me or the things I've been holding on to, trying to fight on my own, and reminding myself or being a reminder to others that we are strong, we are resilient, and we are accepting who we are, and we honor the shoulders that have lifted us up and has fought for us. And when you're ready, you can flip your palm back over, facing the ground, turn your head to the center and lower your arms down to your lap. And doing some gentle shoulder rolls. You can rolling your shoulders in a backward motion, releasing any tension that may have been felt. And then rolling your shoulders in the opposite direction. So I'm rolling my shoulders in a forward direction. And I'm going to pause and release. And I'm going to move my legs back to center. So I'm facing the front of the room. Okay. And we're going to transition into Shavasana, which is a resting part of the chair yoga practice. But before we do, I want to do some cat cows, but in a variation that looks like you're giving yourself a hug, because we all need self-love to continue to build up feeling proud of ourselves, or being accepted or proud of others. So when you're ready, extend your arms out to the side, okay? Inhale, I invite you to widen your arms by bringing them backwards, bring your shoulder blades together as far as it feels comfortable for you, opening up your chest, looking up at the sky. And then exhale, you can arch your back, lower your head, and then bring those arms out in front of you and have them crossed over each other. and then bringing your hands closer to your shoulders for a nice seated self-love hug. And we're going to take 3 breaths here as we embrace this beautiful hug. And then on our next breath, we're going to separate our arms, uncross them, bring them out to the side. We're going to lift our upper body back to neutral. And then one more time. Inhale, we're going to open up our chest, bring our arms backwards, bring our shoulder blades together, looking up at that beautiful sky, imagining we see a rainbow. Exhale, we're going to bring our arms to the front, we're going to curve our spine, bringing our head down. We're going to cross our arms over each other, moving our arms closer to our bodies until our hands touch opposite shoulders. And we're just going to take a moment of time to embrace this beautiful self-love, self-acceptance, not waiting on anyone to accept us. We accept ourselves and we take pride in that. And on your last breath, I invite you to slowly lift your upper body back to neutral, uncross your arms, bringing them out to the side, and then lowering your arms back down to your thighs. We're going to transition into Shavasana. So I'm going to grab a bolster, which can also be a pillow for you if you don't have a bolster. It's a soft cushion that you could place underneath your feet, okay, for support. I'm going to bring my sit bones back so the back of my back is leaning on the back of my chair to make myself more comfortable. And we're going to just take a couple of moments to rest and to honor our bodies because we've done such beautiful work. We deserve a break. Okay. So to get settled in, I invite you to place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. It doesn't matter which hand is over which part, you decide. And we're going to inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. Ah, giving out a loud ha sound. So inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Ha! And then one more time together. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Ha! Letting it all out. And we're going to continue to breathe using our normal breath at your own pace. And you can keep your eyes open. You can close your eyes or lower your eyes down to the floor. Whatever's comfortable for you. If you still have one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly, I invite you to bring your arms back down to the side or your arms on top of your thigh. And if it's more comfortable for you, you can also get out of your chair and lie on the ground, um, or lie across a couch or a bed. But you can stay seated in your chair. And I'm just gonna take a couple of moments of silence to honor those in the disability community that have fought for Disability Pride Month and who continue to carry that legacy over in the disability community. So I'm just going to take a moment of silence and just relax. And remember to continue to breathe at your own pace. And you can continue to stay in Shavasana or another way of saying is chair corpse. You'll stay in your rested, seated position and stay in this position as long as you want because you are in charge. You know what's best for your body and you know the amount of rest that your body needs to be fully recharged. But if you're ready, you can start bringing your body back to the present moment. I'm going to start wiggling my toes, wiggling my feet, wiggling my fingers. I'm gonna use my core muscles to slowly lift my upper body back to center. I'm gonna do some body sway, so swaying my body to the side. And I might even add some arm movements to wake up my body. And I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna help remove my legs from the bolster that I put on the ground to support myself. And I'm gonna reposition my body back to center. I'm gonna bring my arms back out to the side. Inhale, I'm gonna lift my arms up and over my head or however far it feels comfortable for me. And I'm gonna bring my palms together and I'm slowly lower my palms to center. Taking a moment to honor my pride and to embody that. And I hope that you move gracefully with pride throughout your day. And I wish you loving kindness. Thank you for practicing this beautiful chair yoga routine. Now we're going to transition to the art reflective activity. So you can stay tuned or you can go about the rest of your day. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you have access to a blank piece of paper. It's okay if it's scratch paper and a writing utensil. If the writing utensil could be a pen, crayon, marker, pencil, whatever you have available to you. And this activity was made to help us reflect, okay? So our prompt for today is, what does disability pride mean to you? And it's okay if you're someone who self-identifies as someone who has a disability, or if you're an ally, and you have people in your life to have a disability, you can tailor it from whatever life experience approach you come from, okay? So we're going to take a moment to think about what disability pride means to us personally. Consider how it relates to your identity. So again, if you self-identify or if you're um, an allyship could be you could be a parent, you could be a friend, a spouse, partner, maybe you're a working professional, teacher, etc. And the recent chair yoga session. So after doing the chair yoga session, you know, how does disability pride, how does that personally tie to you, or what does it mean to you? And on your piece of paper, for 2 minutes, quickly draw a sketch of what disability pride means to you. Okay, and you can use colors, symbols, or simple images that capture your thoughts and feelings. There are no rules, just let your creativity flow and express yourself freely. Okay, and then after you're done with this drawing, you can take a brief moment to look at your work, okay, and do some self-reflection. But right now, I just want you to ask yourself, what does disability pride mean to you? And then draw that. And it could, whatever comes to mind, your drawing does not have to be perfect. Even if you just do a scribble, what does it mean to you? And again, disability pride, it's all about accepting the disability community, having pride in who these people that make up the community are, just being happy, you know, and just being proud. So I'll let you continue working on your drawing, and I'm gonna go work on mine. So, so I'm using a clipboard and some scratch paper, and I have some Sharpies. So I'm just gonna quickly do a drawing of what disability pride means to me, and when well done, I'll share my self-reflection. And again, just let this drawing flow. Again, you don't have to overthink it, okay? Whatever comes to mind. And make sure you are wrapping up your drawing, or if you need more time, you could pause the video and continue to play. Get back when you're ready. I'm done with my quick sketch, and I'm not ashamed if it looks like chicken scratch, but this is my drawing, okay? And I tried to draw a fist, and on the arm it says I'm here. In the fist, where the fingers are, it says I have pride, and underneath the fingernails it says I like me. Okay, because it's important for me when I think of disability pride to like who you are. Okay, because that's gonna last longer than how people feel about you, how the world sees you. That can change any minute, but how you feel about yourself, that lasts a long time. And that's something I'm currently working on in my life. Okay. Okay. So when you're done with your artwork, again, take a moment to look at your work and think about the feelings and ideas you've expressed through your drawing. Okay. And if you want to, and it could just be a quick, oh, okay, I drew this, thinking about, you know, what connections you can make to the drawing or what you like about it. We're not critiquing it. It's not a regular art class. Just taking pride of yourself that, wow, I made a quick drawing in a couple of minutes. Okay. And if you want to further reflect, you can always continue drawing or coloring, or you can take out a journal and, write about it. It's up to you. And it's optional. You can always take a picture of what you have created and share it on social media with the hashtag Zebra Art Rehab Reflection. And also, you're also welcome to DM us, directly message, or send us an email. Or message us through our website to reflect on the shared experiences and connect with others who participated in the activity who watched this video. So again, the conversation, self-reflection doesn't end here, but I hope this activity got you thinking about disability pride and what it means to you at this time. And you are welcome again to continue resting or to continue drawing, creating, whatever helps you to connect to this theme. And again hope you have a good day and continue to celebrate Disability Pride Month. We'll see you next time.